Hello Libra and welcome to Soul Guidance with Adriana. I am a transformational life coach and abundance consultant. I help sensitive souls work on themselves and their business to the highest vibration possible. I love this card right now and how it blends in so nicely with the background here. We're going to start with your animal message. This is the red-crowned crane. Cra. This is a card that asks you to examine loyalty and the wisdom of building slow, strong connections, not rushing to the next stage in relationships, whether it's personal, business, or otherwise, but being sure to really have strong connections first. So kind of keep that in the back of your mind. We're going to go into our Druid cards. Four of Wands. So we're starting the week with a bit of an open book. Okay. Big call to let go of stagnant energy, to let go of stagnant patterns. If you have built a house, a metaphorical house for yourself that is starting to smell musty and is starting to make you feel a bit confined, it's really time to get out in the fresh air. What do I mean by building yourself a house? I mean the routines you're keeping, the people you're having around you, possibly your physical space, but kind of your inner world. Is that inner world aired out and free? Or is it starting to kind of smell a little musty, maybe grow a little mold in places? Okay, we want to keep this energy moving and flowing and open. Beneficial energy for you this week, Eight of Pentacles. Challenging energy, King of Wands. Okay. Now, we mentioned that red-crowned crane, and this this King of Wands here is a faster pushing energy, a more masculine energy. For some of you, this will be a person that is asking you to move perhaps a little bit quicker than you're wanting to move. Okay? What is going to help you is to be really dedicated to yourself and to, I want to say, the systems that work for you. Eight of Pentacles is a karmic card, but it's also the card of perfecting something through doing it over and over and over. You're being asked to really make sure that your plans are in order, that one step leads to the next, leads to the next, leads to the next, and it's all logical. None of this is left to chance, okay? But the King of Wands may offer you what looks like a shortcut. He may offer you something that looks just easier and shinier and prettier. But what we're needing from you right now, Libra, and by we, I mean your guides. Oh dear. What they're needing from you is commitment to yourself and commitment to the blood, sweat, and tears of doing the hard work yourself, okay? This is one of those instances where you're not supposed to take a shortcut, where you're supposed to actually go through and get your hands a little bit dirty and go in there and do it, right? Again, we're looking at long-term, building connection, building the right things in the right order, not just jumping to, oh my God, this is wonderful, this is lovely. All right. You know, I have had in my personal experience, you know, kind of that rebound energy where all of a sudden your things are seeming amazing with someone and it seems like everything's compatible, blah, 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 blah. But you realize, or I realized, how fast things have moved. And wait a second, I don't really know basic things, like basic preferences or basic values. We need to back up and build this correctly if this is going to be a lasting relationship. And there's something about getting your hands dirty, Libra. It's not something we like to do, but really asking yourself the hard questions. What's important to me? Is this matching it? What's important to me? So what's the next step? It doesn't have to mean like literally manual labor, but it means going through the more unpleasant thoughts, the harder questions, so that you can really have a strong foundation. All right, let's get a little bit more. High Priest and the Nine of Wands. Stick to your spiritual principles. Stick to your higher self. Stick to your sense of self-love. Okay? The High Priest is urging us forward. The Nine of Wands is encouraging us to hold our position and not to move off of it. But the High Priest is really wanting to initiate you into the next level. So that commitment we talked about in traditional readings, sometimes High Priest is marriage because it takes place in a church. But the High Priest is saying, this is the way we are going. We are going for something deeper. We are going for something lasting. We are going for a commitment and a relationship that cannot be shaken. Okay? But you've really got to stick to your spiritual guns before this can be made manifest on the earth fully for you. Okay, this is a call to be loyal to yourself. And if you're shortcutting the energy, are you really being loyal to yourself? If you're taking the easy way out, are you being loyal to yourself? You may be being loyal to your comfort or loyal to things being easier, but is that really being loyal to your growth? Is that being loyal to your highest good? Okay? No shortcuts this week, and that's not my favorite message to give you because I know we prefer things to be easy and breezy, but I just know that with the combination of these two cards, and you know I talked about the colors at the beginning? Look at the colors of him and how he complements that. You know, everything blending together in this visual tells me that we're looking at connections, and that connections need to be solid in order for anything to grow. If the connection is based on something a little bit shaky, then, you know, or without a full awareness of what you're getting into or who you're engaging with, then it really can't serve you in the long run because you won't understand why you're there or what you're supposed to learn. Okay? Animal or otherwise? Okay, my guides want you to have one more animal. Hyena, facing your fear. Okay, what you're afraid to look at, the ugliness in the situation, the ugliness in the other person, the ugliness in yourself. We all have ugliness that manifests in fear, right? But when we look at it, we understand so much more about ourselves. And what you're being asked to look at is what you're afraid to ask. Okay, this person may seem so shiny and so wonderful, but there's a pressing question that you need to ask. This business opportunity may look so amazing, the salary may look so good, but there's a pressing question you need to ask. What about work-life balance? What about benefits? What about work culture? Go a little bit deeper, Libra. Ask a little bit more, okay? And it won't be scary. You will have so much power and so much empowerment when you go through this process. And no one's going to be able to shake you from your foundations, and your bargaining power will be even more. All right, Libra, thank you so much for joining me and sharing your time and energy. I've got a new solstice reading or New Year's reading for individuals, for you coming out in the next few weeks. Haven't posted anything yet, but if you'd like a sneak preview or to learn a little bit more, please email soulguidancewithadriana.com@gmail.com. I'll look forward to seeing you next time, and I'm sending much peace and blessings your way.